And speaking of PS5, we just want to let you know that using a PS5 upside down is not a thing. Okay. PS5, they had like a
No one's
commercial
doing
recently.
that. Yeah.
And it looked like one of the guys
No, it's
playing
not
the
look, it
console
was.
on the
Yeah.
commercial had the PS5 completely upside down with the disc drive up. And you would think like, oh, that's kind of like the way it should be.
Right.
But that is not how it's supposed to be sat. I'm pretty sure that the PlayStation won't even play. I'm not going to try the shit. You could try the shit at home if you want, but I'm pretty sure that the PlayStation will not play if it is upside down like that.
I have no clue if it will or not
I don't know
either.
if the game drive will play. I know that there was one console.
Well, here's the reason why, too, because when you put the disc in, you always traditionally put the silver side down.
Right.
So if the system is upside down like that and you put the silver side down, it won't read it because that's actually upside down.
Right.
So you would need to turn it right side up and slip it in that way. If you're going to keep your system upside down, like in this commercial,
yeah,
you're going to be like, what's going on? It's not reading it because you're putting it in traditionally correctly, but because the system's upside down, you're putting it in upside down.
Yeah, that, and then I don't know if the housing, the disk drive, is how much space is in there, because if you were to put it upside down, it would go in there and then it would just drop. So
it depends on what's holding it, right?
It
It depends on what's grabbing it in the housing.
Right,
yeah.
right.
How the housing's made. If the housing's made to have gravity hold it in place, then yeah, you're not going to be able to play it.
Right.
But if there is something, mechanism in there that has it
some little groove or something like that,
held, then maybe you could play it.
I mean, you can sit it sideways, so there's got to be something slightly holding it, but I don't know if it's holding it on all sides, to keep it there, because it's still got to spin and all that stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I know that there was one other console. I think it was an Xbox or something like that I was using it. I think it was the Xbox One, matter of fact. The Xbox One. And I was sitting it sideways, thinking that it would be able to play. And then I would just hear it trying to suck the game in and like it giving weird noises. And I'm like, damn, what the hell's going on? Like, it's taking it, but it's not reading this damn disc. Like, what's the deal? And then I looked it up. And you cannot play the Xbox sideways. It has to be laying down.
I see.
On all fours. And I was
sometimes these systems are finicky
they
like
look
that.
Like they would be able to play sideways.
It looks like it could be a tower.
Right.
Because it's just a box. So why can't I tower this thing?
Yeah, why can't I just stick it up?
Exactly.
Yeah. Anything else, the PlayStation 4, you can sit it sideways.
Right.
So I was just thinking the Xbox One, you can sit it sideways. But yeah, so I didn't realize that until then. But it looks like PlayStation immediately took that commercial off. Off
because
online.
If it's anything like what you're saying and it will not play upside down, then they don't want that out there.
Yeah.
Because people will start copying it, right?
That, and it shows how fake the commercial is. Like, right, those people weren't playing
shows how fake the commercial
console,
is.
You know what I mean? That dude was probably just staring at an empty screen, just like... when they click like all
when they're playing the game, they're just pressing buttons. Like,
they're not playing anything. Like going mad on
it's
there.
just a green screen, and they're
shit.
just putting a game on there.
Yeah, even if you was playing Tekken or Street Fighter, or
you wouldn't be pressing that way.
You won't go in there like that, dude. You can kill.
No one presses that way when they play a game.
Nah, yeah.
That's not how games are played, man. That's not how video games are played. Yeah. But it's like, what happened was they just got some interior designer, right, to come in and set the setting,
set the living room.
And
up.
she or he didn't have a clue on how this thing's supposed to be set up. Because I agree, when you buy this system, you're like, wait, which way is right side up? There's no way to know, and it is like intuitive to think that the disk drive is going to be on top like that, and you're going to put the disk in silver side down with it being on top like that towards the bulk system, because you think that's where all the innards are,
right? But
it's not. It's actually the thinner part is where the laser's at, and you had to put it in that way. So it's like totally confusing, which is why I just keep my PS5 in tower mode.
Yeah,
because that's the way that only is symmetrical. Like both sides are equal. Where like when you're putting it on its side like that, it's like, this is weird, man. It's catawampus. It's doesn't make sense. Which side is right side up or not right side up? So I totally get why the interior designer did that, but that just goes to show you these people aren't gamers.
Though. Like, you literally have a stand for it
to hold it sideways.
They must not have used a stand,
right? Because the stand will only go on one way.
Yeah,
right?
how the hell are you putting it on the wrong side?
They just slipped it in there and let it teeter on its own weight, I guess.
They probably just threw that bitch in there and was like, all right, action. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I thought that was interesting. People was like raving about it. You know what I mean on Twitter.
It was
and
all over
stuff
the
like
place
that.
laughing
So,
at it.
as soon as it caught wind, they took that shit right off.
Because it is true. I think it is one of the problems Sony realizes that on their design system, it isn't clear. It isn't clear which side is right side up.
No, I think they fixed that when they told you, here's the stand. This is how you use the stand.
Yeah,
like
but
they literally give you instructions on how to use.
But
the
if
stand.
you didn't, but if you think the stand is optional or something like that, like, because that's brand new. A stand is not something that's ever been on a console, inside of a console pack before.
No,
you can
not
buy them
shipped
separately,
with it.
but not
Right.
shipped with
Yeah,
it.
right.
So someone could easily just assume, oh, this is just an additional accessory I can use if I want, but I'm just going to play it like I've always put my systems in. And a Super Nintendo, a PS3, Xbox Series X, it's obvious which they put the pegs on the ground. Like, it's obvious what side is down and what side is up. It's not obvious on this.
Yeah, they definitely didn't put pegs on this PlayStation.
Like, it's not obvious.
Right.
It's clearly not obvious. There's no indicators apart from the stand to know which side is up or down on this thing.
For sure.
So,
But yeah, so I'm sure they'll probably adjust that in editing and then get another commercial.
they could just
out
green
there.
screen it, right? Yeah.
And flip that thing around. But that's actually it for all of the quick shots. It was a super 2-shot. And that's it.
One of the chest and dome.
Yep. 2 to the head.
2 to the head.